What's going on, guys? Welcome on into the recap for today. We ended up losing $48.60. I'm going to call it 49 bucks on the day, trading IWM on the $10,000 account. Nothing too crazy in this one. Just a trade that just didn't really work. So let's get into it. It was a 5-minute bull flag setup. So let us go. Really what I was looking for here, and technically speaking, it has yet to hit my original risk that I was looking to risk like 90 bucks, 95 bucks in the trade, to make about 175, 180. So it was close to a 2-to-1, but it just didn't get that push, and it took about an hour. So you'll kind of see what I mean and why I moved my stop up and just took the 50 bucks, and that was it. I just didn't like what we had going on here. So first things first, you kind of had what was a consolidation setting up right underneath prior high of day, which tends to be pretty good bets in for my strategy. Now, you brought it out to the bigger time frames. You also had have a gap to fill up to about 215. So my target was 215 because of the gap to fill all the way up to there on the daily time frame. And there's a lot of room on the volume profile up until about 216. So really good bets on that, on like from a volume perspective, bigger picture time frame. Everything was lining up good. Now I'm looking for the shorter time frame. So go to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, cool, whatever. 1-hour time frame, I'm like, okay, we had this upper high from last week, just shy of 214. If we get up into the upper 213s, we got a good chance to break that. If I get a setup, I'll play it. So I get the setup. I enter on this candle right in here, and then we get the push. We got about a 35-cent push over 214, so not bad. I was looking for a little bit more above 214.50, so up into here, and then I would have moved my stop to break even, and it would have been a break-even trade. But in this case, as the time went on and the trade starts to play out, I have seen this happen too many times to where if it's not going to go, there's a good chance, but it's up a little bit from your entry. There's a good chance that there's an opportunity to move your stop up underneath a prior respected area. And so what I pretty much did was like, okay, if we were to come back down, break under here, break back down underneath the original breakout point, I'll just take my loss. And that's what I decided to do. The momentum at that point would be dead. We are over an hour into the trade. I don't want to mess around with this, and that's it. At that point in time, where we were about an hour in. Let's see when I actually like the timing. It was about 50 minutes in. So on a 5-minute time frame, a trade, it could take 50 minutes, but it shouldn't take, 40 minutes pretty much for it to like barely move above the breakout and like at that point not really give me a sign. So if it's struggling, okay, let's make sure we get ready to cut it off. Also, side note, SPY had, here's kind of the nature of SPY. The trend to the upside still there, but it was kind of playing that same game, right? Where it had this little breakout, but it had these little upper wicks, and it was like, it just didn't get the follow through and the push that you were looking for. And so it also started to fail pretty aggressively, and that's when I got out of IWM. It's very similar structure to what happened this morning, was kind of like the trend, the channel to the upside. And then, you couldn't really, you tried to break out, over these highs, upper wicks, and then hammer down, but then immediately buy it right back. And that's kind of what we might be seeing right here, getting hammered down and trying to get some buyers to come back in. So the overall structure is not a breakout. It's not a breakout type of day. So simple as that. And yeah, we move on to the next one. Lost 49 bucks. That's not a big deal. It is though, we only had one green trade for the month of August, but that fits. I mean, that trade is good in my book. It's exactly what I want to be doing, and it's a good way to manage your risk to minimize the downside. So just looking, we'll get a winner at some point. We got one, I guess, last week to finish off the week. We'll get one at some point here, and when they come, they'll come. August just might not be the month, right? As I've seen in the past, and also just in general, it might be more of one of those choppy months. Maybe this doesn't fit my strategy very well, so it's more of a defensive month. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't get all caught up in like, oh my God, I can't win. If you manage your risk, it doesn't matter. You'll be okay. You won't blow an account. It's just when you get to the point of like, I'm pissed, I'm looking for the next one, I'm forcing. Like for me right now, I can say, well, you know what? Fuck it. buyers are coming right back in. It's going to be like, this is going to be like the same bounce back that we got this morning. Let's get back in long. And now if I did that, I'm getting back in long, but I'm not getting back in long because my setup told me. I'm getting back in long because I think I know what's going to happen next. And I'm now disregarding my strategy. That's not how I want to be trading. So there's the update. I'll link up TradeZilla below. I just renewed my yearly subscription for like $400. So I'm back. I'm not back. I'm still using them again. Another full year we got in the tank out to next August. So I pay for them. I think they're useful. If you want to use them, I'll always link them down below in these recap videos. Peace.